My name's Max. I've been with the company for 7 years. My story's real simple. I got involved because I was looking for a way to pay my way through college. I thought I wanted to be an attorney. The problem was tuition was $50,000 a year. I didn't have the money. My parents didn't have the money. So that led me to look into other opportunities where I could make that type of money, obviously legal opportunities at age 18 where I could make 50 grand a year. And that's when I got invited to take a look at ACN. Initially, I wasn't sure if it would be something that would even work for me. I came to the meeting initially negative, but I did have a negative bank account, which is why I did kind of keep an open mind somewhat. And after the information, it made sense. And so here was the thing. I almost didn't join the company because I didn't have the $499. And, I got recruited into ACN, but not really so much ACN, but into changing my future. And that's my topic today, recruiting. And so before I go into the topic, let me explain what really happened. The guy that was presenting the business that night said, well, Max, if you don't have $499 and you're at least 18 years of age, you need to ask yourself these two questions. Number one, how long have you been in that situation? And number two, what do you want to do to change your situation? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting something different. He says, for things to change, you have to change. And right there, that conversation hit me. And then he said this, Max, I guarantee you can find $499. I said, there's no way, man. I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. It's impossible. I'm poor. I don't have the money. He's like, Max, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sell you my Bentley for $499. The catch is you need to come up with the money in the next 2 hours. And I said this, well, if it's for a Bentley, I'll be back in 2 minutes with the cash. No question. He says, okay, very good. So what you're saying, Max, is you value a car more than you value your future. You value a car more than you value your financial success. Max, you're worse than broke. You're poor. P-O-O-R, passing over opportunities repeatedly. He says, this car will never take you where you want to go. But through ACN and you apply your work ethic and follow our system, no question, you'll be able to go to any goal, any desire, you'll be able to accomplish through this business, no questions asked. Now, I didn't have the money, but after that conversation, I was kind of fired up. And so here's what I had to go do. I had to go find the money. I went to my mother. I said, Mom, I love you. You're the most beautiful mom ever. I heard about this incredible business called CNN. I'm going to get people who get people, and all of a sudden I'm going to be not poor anymore and make residual income, and I'm going to get rich. She said, you're grounded, go to your room. She wasn't having, that conversation. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm out of gas, no hope. And then all of a sudden, the light bulb went off. I remembered I had her credit card because that day I went to go get her gas, right, for her car, and I realized this must be a sign from God. I have her credit card. So I was thinking she doesn't know how to use a computer, so that means I could sign up, OPM, other people's money, right? And I would have 30 days to work to make the money back before she even would see the bill. Unfortunately, the credit card company called her. The minute I swiped it, she called me freaking out. I hung up a few times, and no reception. I have a Metro PCS, I'll call you back a little later. And the rest is history. And here's what ended up happening. I went to work with the business, not having any experience whatsoever in network marketing or business ownership or sales. Never even had a job before. But within 28 days, I made my first quick start bonus. That was the first time I'd ever seen a paycheck with my name and a comma on it at the same time. My mom kept the whole check. She charged me a lot of interest, as you can see. And the rest is history. But here's the moral of the story. I started ACN with no money, no credibility, no contacts, but I didn't use that as an excuse. See, my mentor always said, the choices you make will make you. And that day, when I came to that presentation and heard the conversation, I made a choice that I was going to change my life forever. And so my topic today is to talk about recruiting. And through recruiting, you'll be able to grow business, blow your business up. So going into 2012, you'll experience unprecedented success for you and your family. Are you okay with that? Yes or yes? So let's jump right into our conversation in recruiting. The best tool. Everyone here in this room is always like, well, what is your secret to success? What is the best tool? Is it a DVD, the magazine? Is it a business assistant? Is it your store? Is it your business card? And what exactly is your secret to success? And here's what I tell everybody. Recruiting starts with you. You are your best tool. See, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you a person worth following? That's all recruiting is. If you are a leader, naturally people will want to follow you wherever you're going to go. And so the bottom line, guys, is you need to become that person that's attractive to other people. You got to become a person that's fired up. My mentor says if you're not fired up, you need to fire yourself. Too many of us are too casual with this business, but here's what I know. Excitement will attract people. People want to follow people that are going somewhere. Yes or yes? And above all else, stop depending on all the cool things the company is doing to create a momentum in your business. You need to become the momentum. See, people buy you, then they buy into ACN. And the question is this. It's not if you believe in ACN. Because it's pretty easy to believe in ACN. And you look at our track record, look at what we've done. There's no question. It's easy to believe in ACN. The question is, do you believe in you? Do you believe that you are a person that can take people where they want to go? And I want to let you know, if I can do it, you can do it. No questions asked. But you got to be convicted. You got to believe, because if you don't, no one else will. Are you guys with me so far? Now, it brings me to the next thing. Understanding your reason why. We've heard about the why this entire weekend. That is going to be your driving force to push you past all the challenges you're going to experience in this business. See, your vision has to be huge. It can't just be, I want to get a Bentley, I want to make money, I want to pay my bills, because if that's all you focus on, that's all you're going to get. You will get whatever you focus on. Does that make sense? And your vision has to be so big, so attractive, that not only are you going to be chasing it, but the people that follow you will buy into your vision and chase it as well. Does that make sense? So I believe you need to have two whys. A why for you and your family, and a why for your organization. See, people want to be a part of a cause, yes or no? People want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, yes or no? So you need to take your why, you need to build it, you need to expand on it, and you need to multiply it, because that's how you're going to create a momentum like second to none. Are you guys with me so far? Very good. And just so you know, here's the other aspect of your why. This business is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Have any of us ever felt challenged in this business, yes or no? And so what I love about this business, it's truly a test. Everything you go through is a test. When people sign up and quit, that is a test. And so I will tell you, your greatest test will become your greatest testimony. And so here's what you have to accept right now, today. The pain that's going to be involved with this business. You're going to struggle. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get knocked down. My mentor says, fall in love with the pain. Say it with me, fall in love with the pain. Because if you're experiencing some type of pain, that means you're growing and you're getting better. Say it with me, it's all about getting better. Now, when it comes to recruiting, guys, we're going to talk to two groups of people. You know, you're going to have your warm market, which I truly believe you should spend 99.9% of your time focusing on. And then, of course, you're going to have everybody else. We can also agree there's more people that you don't know than people you do know. Yes or yes? And I'm going to show you at the end of our training how to talk to not just your best friend and your grandmother and everybody else. I'm going to show you how to expand your warm market so you never run out of warm market. So to start recruiting, we got to make a list. Say it with me, list. And on your list, you need to start off with 100 names. Now, for the people who are leaders in this room today, how many of you are launching new representatives into the business? Anybody in the room? Very good. 4 of us. We all need to step up and take ownership. Can we do that? Yes or no? Okay, when I sit with a new rep, I have them make a list on the spot of 30 names. I don't need phone numbers, just 30 names. But ultimately, my goal is to get them to 100. See, your list is like your gas tank. If we're going to drive from San Diego to my hometown of Miami, Florida, and all you have is a half a tank of gas, we can agree you're not making it past San Diego, right? So your list is the same exact thing. If you have a list of 5, you're not going to even get qualified. So bottom line, we got to have a huge list. Sit with your people. Expand their list. Jog their memory. Think about where they go to work. You know, the church, people from the job, your neighbors. I go through my yearbook. My favorite resource is Facebook. Now, on your list, you want to focus on the WHIP list, work ethic, right? Hunger. You're looking for people who are hungry for opportunity. You're looking for people with integrity and people who have personal power. That's my criteria of someone that could blow ACN up. And now with the list, the goal of the list, we're going to change it from a contact list to a hit list. Your goal is to hit every person on this list and knock them off the list as quickly as possible. Your warm market's like vegetables. The longer it takes for you to get to them, the sooner they're going to rot. Does that make sense? And so you want to go through your list as quickly as possible. Speed and exposure. You want to sort, not sell. We're not here to convince people to do ACN. My philosophy is a person convinced against her will is of the same opinion still. See, I shouldn't have to convince Joe to make residual income. I shouldn't have to convince him to change his quality of life. See, here's what I know. We're not here to motivate people. We're looking for people who are motivated. And so the problem most of us have is we're here trying to beg people to do ACN. You just need to move on. Sort as quickly as possible. Can we do that? Yes or no? And it's not about what happens today or this week. See, I truly believe it takes a good 2 to 3 years to master the game. Some of you get caught up, well, how quick can I make a TCAB? How quick can I hit ETT and TC and RVP and SVP? It's not about how quick you hit. It's about how quick you master the business. Does that make sense? Now, guys, this is a business of numbers. It is a numbers game. Say with me, numbers. Numbers. Again, numbers. You want to go through the numbers as quickly as possible. Here's a few people who understood numbers. How many of us have ever heard of Thomas Edison? He failed 10,000 times before he figured out how to create the light bulb. What if we quit after the first few times he failed? He didn't, and because he didn't, now we will remember him for as long as we're around. Yes or no? Abraham Lincoln, supposedly the greatest president this country's ever seen. Before he became the greatest president, he was the greatest failure. He failed dozens of times in office, trying to become vice president, congressman, failed in business, failed as an attorney, failed as a husband. But when it's all said and done, he's now known as the greatest president to ever become a president here in the USA. One of my favorite athletes is Michael Jordan. How many of us know Michael Jordan? Now, this is all about numbers. I'm going to read this to you real quick. One of the greatest athletes to ever play the game will go down in history forever, right? He says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. Read this with me. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. You will fail your way to the top of this company. Are you guys with me so far?